So I came across a recent study on aspirin, and I know many people in the world take aspirin. So I wanted to discuss it here, and please stick till the end of the video for the conclusion because I don't want to have a negative impact on the audience or partial message delivered. So that's why it's important to stick till the end of the video, because in this study what they did was, it's a meta-analysis, and they studied more than 171,000 individuals. That's a huge meta-analysis, and what they did was they that uh, it found that aspirin, either as a monotherapy or with a statin, carried a slight to significant benefit depending on the estimated risk of developing ASCVD, and the risk of major bleeding is something that's more concerning here, that it exceeded the benefit across all the three risk stratified groups. Okay, so that's important, that the risk of bleeding is there. So please make sure you talk to your doctor about the risk of bleeding in your specific case, because across all the 16 studies, people who were taking aspirin had a relative risk reduction of 15% of MI, which is myocardial infarction or heart attack, versus the control. So you do have a benefit, but there's a 48% greater risk of major bleeding. So make sure you are in touch with your doctor if you're taking aspirin or baby aspirin, because you don't want to self-medicate yourself on this, okay? Because we all know it is available over the counter and you can start on your own, but please make sure you are in touch with your doctor, because aspirin, either as a monotherapy or with statin, did not reduce the risk of other key endpoints, and one important endpoint is stroke, which is a very major problem or health problem if somebody gets a stroke, and it depends which part of the body is affected. So that's why stroke is important, or all cause mortality or cardiovascular mortality. And so, but aspirin is still associated with a lower risk of non-fatal MI, and it wasn't associated with reducing the risk of non-fatal stroke though. Okay, so non-fatal MI versus non-fatal stroke is a different aspect of the aspirin that we found out from this study. So make sure you are in touch with your doctor, because aspirin had a significantly 32% greater risk of intracranial hemorrhage and 51% of increased risk of gastrointestinal bleeding. So please do not self-medicate yourself. I'm not saying that if you're on aspirin by your doctor, then you should stop it because of these problems, but my point is, make sure you do discuss these things with your primary doctor and your cardiologist or your neurologist, whoever you are in touch with in your specific areas of medical treatment. And so that's my conclusion, that yes, there is a benefit of aspirin, but again, it is very calculated, and this single study does not change the current guidelines that we are using to medicate the people on aspirin. Lowering the LDL cholesterol is the definitive target for lowering the risk of MI and stroke, and statins don't lead to a bleeding risk, and that's important comparison between statins and aspirin. Okay, so I am not the cardiologist here right now, but I really want you to stay in touch with your cardiologist. I'm talking as a medical professional here, to make sure that my audience is in touch with the latest research and the latest studies. Okay, please like, subscribe, and share to my channel, and educate yourself and educate the people around you, and stay in touch with your doctor. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.